Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope y'all are well. Got a story that I want to share with you about a national security threat concerning allegedly Russia putting a nuclear weapon into space that I guess could knock out communications for everybody. So, in any event, this coincides with the story that I brought you the other day about the Houthis wanting to cut the internet service in the Red Sea, and also those cables included some financial sector cables. Um, they were not real clear, but what you got, it was two sets of cables, and allegedly the Houthis are going to cut them. Now, I'll say this, let me preface this before I start this story. I understand right now in this world, there are no good guys. So I'm not bringing you any story with a good guy, bad guy vantage point. I'm bringing you these stories so that you can see that the powers are telegraphing what they're getting ready to do. And with that, you need to be preparing. It seems like all the pieces are in place. They are all ready to do all the stuff that they want to do. In addition to the fact that people are waking up and we're using the internet for our good and not their evil. So some of the things that they wanted to happen are not happening. Like this truth is coming out about the Rona and the lollipop solutions that they created, and now the studies are coming out how folks are having these cardiovascular issues, clogged arteries and things because of these solutions that cause people to clot, and um, the DNA is changing, and just all kinds of stuff is coming out. So much truth is coming out. The truth about leaders and religious leaders coming out. So everything is being exposed in this hour. So it's just an hour to keep watch, but it's also an hour that we need to um, be prepared for anything, because I just feel like they're ready to pull the trigger, and they have certain times that they want to do certain things. And I just honestly believe people are waking up, people are tired, and this could be, something to get people on edge, or could just be the catalyst. They've stirred up all the uh, rifts in all these different nations with all these different groups and these incidents. If you've been paying attention to the last couple of shootings, one was the trans person that went to the church in Joel Osteen's church. If y'all know anything about these mega church pastors that have been on TV, they just are operatives for the three letter alphabet um, agencies. Um, and it's just suspicious now. All of a sudden, the shooters are trans people wanting to go into religious institutions. So it's the divide and conquer. You look at yesterday, the shooting at the football rally for the Kansas City Chiefs. Notice that it was black people. Um, there's this concerted effort to make everything about everybody except for just regular old children of the corn people. So children of the corn people gonna be mad at everybody. They're mad at trans people, the alphabets, they're mad at black people. Everybody's making their society go down. Then you got these immigrants or these illegal entrants. Okay, so now migrants or illegal entrants are also an issue. Everybody except for the white politicians and the black ones who put us in these predicaments, who go along with these plans, who pass these bills, who side with these corporations and keep us poor and enslaved working for other people. So it's just this one big old vicious ball of mess. And we're getting to the point where Folks are getting agitated. By the time April comes and that movie Civil War comes out, they're gonna be ready for Civil War. Trust me. Every day something is happening. But if you are awakened, you are watching. If you're awakened, you see the plots. If you are awakened, you know what's going on. We're watching a movie. We're in the movie, but we're watching a movie. We have no control over anything that's happening. The only thing we can do is pray to our Creator to be delivered from all this evil and wickedness, and pray that we're found worthy to escape what's coming. So, with that said, I'm going to give you this story and I'm going to shut up. All right, so it says the U.S. informed Congress it has new intelligence detailing Russia's desire to put a weapon in space, according to U.S. officials, in a move that could pose a major threat to international security. The intelligence, confirmed by two individuals or two officials not authorized to speak publicly on the matter, will be the subject of a meeting between Popov, top national security advisor, and congressional leaders Thursday. Representative Mike Turner, Ohio chairman of the House Intelligence Committee, warned of a serious national threat in an ominously worded statement Wednesday ahead of the planned meeting. Turner asked Biden to declassify all information relating to this threat so that Congress, the administration, and our allies can openly discuss the actions necessary to respond to this threat. Turner, who did not disclose further details, told House colleagues in a letter that the matter is urgent with regarding to a destabilizing foreign military capability. He said his committee voted Tuesday to make certain information related to the threat available to all members of Congress. Papa did not address reporters' questions Wednesday evening about the Russian nuclear capabilities as he walked with First Lady Jill Biden out of the White House to admire the North Lawn's Valentine's Day decorations. And he said, Happy Valentine's Day. It's crazy that they even put this in the story. But anyway, ABC News reported that Russia's push to put a nuclear weapon in space would be for potentially targeting satellites, not to be dropped on Earth. Thursday marks the two-year anniversary of Russian President Vladimir Putin's war in Ukraine. An attempt by Russia to put a nuclear weapon in space could violate an existing multilateral agreement, said John Wolfstall, Director of Global Risk at Federation of American Scientists. He added, however, Russia doesn't need a nuclear weapon to damage satellites, and the use of a non-nuclear weapon would not violate existing treaties. So Jake Sullivan, the White House National Security Advisor, would not elaborate on the nature of the threat during a briefing with reporters, but confirmed he took the highly unusual step of reaching out to the gang of 8 members of Congress, including Turner, to invite them to a briefing. So don't nobody know what the hell is going on. We don't know nothing. You're just gonna wake up one day and the lights ain't gonna work. Or you're gonna be walking around one day and the phone gonna stop working. And it's like we don't know what nobody is doing. Everybody is doing everything. There are no good guys. There are no good guys. Remember, the beast infrastructure is already complete. These are just like the final movements to create the chaos that they need for a season to bring the order. So it's going to be real ugly. You see how people are acting now. Everybody's grumpy. Nobody's cooperating. People don't have money to pay bills. Inflation is high. We got these illegal entrants coming and getting stuff that we work for, and they're getting the benefits. Money is being printed. The deficit is out of the wazoo. The economy is about to tank. Um, folks are just out of it. We're dealing with illnesses, so we're being bombarded with bioweapons from the air, um, at our schools. It is off the chain. If you don't believe that the adversary has been unleashed on us and he is doing a number on us, I don't know what to think. But I will tell you this, you need to be ready for anything and everything, whether it's a natural disaster or whether it's a man-made disaster. Stuff is happening, stuff is going down, and we need to be ready. So with that said, y'all, keep prepping, keep praying, keep seeking the Most High. Obey those laws, statutes, and commandments. Repent of your sins daily, sins of commission and sins of omission. Please make sure you are keeping the Sabbath, trying to live holy and set apart, and keeping watch. Pray that you are found worthy to escape what's coming, because we don't have any clue how bad things are going to get. But at least when folks are out here running around looking crazy because the phone don't work and they can't use social media and they can't get on Facebook and ask what's happened, why the lights ain't on, why the phone not working, or they didn't go to the store and prep, and maybe their car's not working anymore because of an EMP strike, whatever. You won't have to be out there in the fray fighting for goods and fighting for things. Hopefully you've been prepared for quite some time and you can hunker down for a couple days um, in the event something happens. I would advise everybody to have a hand crank radio. If you can afford a ham radio, at least you might know what's going on. I think everything is going to go from digital back to analog, because we're going to go back for a spell to this analog period. But nobody going to have nothing that runs on analog, because everybody was convinced that digital was the thing and it was the new wave. But if you're going back to the 1800s, you're going to be on analog, just listening to frequencies, airwaves, across the airwaves, if that's possible. If they don't do whatever. So anyway, have you multiple methods to get information. It's not necessarily to communicate with people, but also have a plan. If you have loved ones out of town, talk to them about what's going on and have a plan for them, to either be where you are, or whatever plans you have. Make those plans now. Finalize those plans now. Think those plans out now, because you're only going to have a really small window to move before a martial law is declared or some type of order is enacted so that they can make people stay in place, or your community may change and go from a national or state government to like a local government and more federalized, but in a local sense. um, we don't know. So you just got to be ready, y'all. That's all we can do. Just prepare spiritually, because no matter what types of preps, food, candles, whatever we have, if your spirit isn't right and you're fearful, you're going to make mistakes. So you got to trust in the Creator that He has our back. The Most High has our back. He's looking out for us. He didn't choose us to be living through these times. He didn't make us awake and aware for nothing. And so be strong and be encouraged that this is only going to last for a season. It may look bad, it may sound bad, but just know things are going to work out for our good. But we going to endure some tribulations and some troubles. And y'all know everything is about us. So that's the other thing that we have to remain focused on. This time is about us remaining as serfs, as slaves, and taking out as many of us as they can, those 2/3. Because not all of us gonna be spared either. The 2/3 got to get out of here so that their remnant can be saved, so that the elect can be redeemed and rescued, um, so that we can rule in the next kingdom with our king. So, but that's it, y'all. I'm out of here.